Do your family understand what you do?
That's a good question. I don't know.
When you first came here, what was the cultural shock you experienced? What was it?
Yes. Yeah.
Ndewono, Sanu, Ekabo. Thank you for joining us. My name is Ebele, and with me today is Ruwan Wyget. He's like the alpha of Gen AI, but I'll just let him, you guys take it away.
Thank you, Belle, for the opportunity for me to be talking to you today and discuss some very interesting things about intimacy and other things as well. I really appreciate the time.
I'm glad that you came. So he's from Brazil, but he has lived in the US for a while, and he's currently building his podcast and also things AI. And I wanted to sit down to have a conversation with him about what it is to be an immigrant building from a different perspective, since I'm African, I'm Nigerian, I know what it is from my side, and I talk to people from that side, but he's Brazil, so I wanted to get his take on it. That's one of the reasons why we're here. So the first question I will ask is, what gives you joy?
That's a very interesting question. I think right now what makes me gives the energy in the morning and move the needle for me is the power of the education right now.
Okay.
Because right now we see a lot of transformation. We have been coming from the same, I would say, professional background, which is video production, editing, and things like that. And we see right now, I can see there's a huge difference of the things that are happening right now in the video production towards AI. Editing is totally different. Video production, it is the actual recording. There's a lot of differences, and the whole overall processing for voiceovers and the people that, even for actors, everything's changing right now. So being here in San Francisco, I believe that I have this power of educating people to make this transition for people that have been working on the video industry for a long time, and insert them into those new tools, because AI is pretty much a tool. It's not going to replace anyone, but it is a tool. And for the people that know AI but doesn't know the film part, or the image part, photography part, they need to understand the lighting, the composition, the other things to enable them to create a verified quality content out of that. So I see those two paths that they need to have education, and that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of educational content, connecting a lot of people around that.
So what you're saying is that you get joy from finding out new things on how to use AI, and then also impacting knowledge on other people who don't know this.
Exactly.
That is powerful. That is powerful, because a lot of people are afraid that AI is going to take their jobs. And having you do that, I think that also breaks it down for them, that they can marry the knowledge that they have to the AI and then retain their job, right?
Exactly.
In a nutshell.
Yeah. So remember when Photoshop was introduced, the old way to do editing photography was very, very old school and manual process. And then people say, "Oh, Photoshop is gonna kill the editors or kill this." Same things happened with when we
Internet.
have even the
Keyboard.
Before the keyboard, it has those machines that
the typewriter.
The typewriter.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have the computer introduced. It's like, oh, we don't have more and the typewriters anymore. So every few decades, or every couple of decades, or every few years, we see those evolutions happening. So we need to be prepared on these transitions. So people are not going to get jobs and not going to lose jobs, but there's a but there. We need to be aware of the tools, be able to use the technology on their max capacity. So then we're not gonna left behind, because if you don't update yourself, if you just live under a rock, this is going to be the problem. Then AI is going to take your job. So it's just a matter of be updated, understand what's happening, and take that extra step for you to be ahead of the game.
Do you have family here in the US, or did you come by yourself to the US?
I come by myself. I did actually my high school here.
Oh, okay.
And for my senior year in 2013, I graduated in 2013, and I have a host family. So this could be a family. And then 2021 when we met on the at Holt, right? And so since 2021 to now, so it's 5 years plus 6 years total.
Wow. Do you miss home?
I miss, yeah.
Does it feel lonely building by yourself here?
It feels, but I think again, once you have like something bigger, you want to achieve bigger dreams. I think that's enough motivation for you to take like. They're not gonna run away from Brazil. They're gonna be there, so they're gonna be there all the time, and just a matter of focus here, get things done here, and then go there, spend 1, 2, 3 weeks, a month with them, and doing this two times a year or so. I think that's a good balance. At least for me, that's how I know for each person.
Two to three times a year is what's the distance between Brazil and here? I've never actually checked.
The best case scenario, 19 hours.
Oh, that's long.
Yes, from here until I get to my city.
I think that's about the same for Nigeria too.
But can be like 22, 24.
If there are layovers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had one was 27 hours, but I can stay like one day somewhere. So I stay one day in New York already. I stayed one day in, I think it was Lima, Peru or something. So just Colombia. I don't know. Just
gives you
like
opportunity to explore those places.
Yeah.
I guess that's also the high point of that. Okay. Yeah. Do your family understand what you do?
That's a good question. I don't know. I never asked them to explain it to me the way that they interpret.
Even when you were in Brazil, before you entered the AI scene, you did the film, the video and stuff like that. Did they understand from that perspective?
Yes, it was very straightforward. If you see me walk around with big cameras and some drones, and that's very straightforward. I hit those videos. But now it's more abstract, right? Because we have now work with video models that generate footage and work with editors much.
Yeah.
And then, so that's it's more. And then I go to those events that we don't have those events. I think even outside the US, it's very rare to see hackathons happening every day. I have been like one on this Friday and another one on this Saturday. So back to back those events. And I don't see... We see that frequently in the United States or in Brazil. So those things, they might like not clearly understand, but I try to say, and then they always ask questions about AI and the latest models and what they should use. If they use ChatGPT or Perplex or Gemini, what is the best one for image? What is the best one for video? So I kept trying to keep them educated.
Yeah. I totally agree with what you say. Sometimes I feel like I'm a unicorn in my family. One time I had my adopted, I guess I'll call him my adopted brother because he stayed with us for so long, and I had him come on set with me on a set that I was producing. And the producer work, well, I don't know about other places, but in Nigeria it's like guerrilla work where you do a multitude of things. It's not like in the US where they have like unions and everything is like straightforward. You have permits and stuff like that. It's
just go for it. Yeah.
So he was with me, and then by the time we're done at night, I think we're done maybe like 12 midnight or like 1 a.m. He just went home and crashed. I was like, Auntie Bella, is this what you do every day? I'm like, I'm not, no. Like, and I'm like, see, that's it. But that's even just one facet because I produce, I write, and like I said, I lecture, but it's like different projects running concurrently sometimes. And then when I say certain things, I'm just like, it feels like it just flies over their head. So I can imagine how that would be for you. Work on the production, it's insane. Like we don't sometimes don't eat because we don't have time, and back to back, and start 8, goes to 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Like I'm glad that I'm very used to
that's something very interesting when I work more corporate jobs, such as this one. Right now, I'm working as a developer relations. And then I have that speed of video production inside that. So then there's a new model coming up. So I have the new model called DeepSeek V4. So that was the new LLM model.
Okay.
And then they sent it to me over in the night. It's like, hey, you need to work on this and get some like materials done. So then I start to work in the morning, understand what the model does, understand the difference. I build a demo. I create a documentation for that new model. I create an article about that blog and record a 10 minutes video and edit before 6 p.m. and expose. So we need once you need to have something to get it done, you need to get it done. Doesn't matter how, you need to get it done. You need to be fast and be agile, and then if this doesn't work, that works, and grab this, put it there, put the video up, edit, not good, go back, edit, pum. So that's the agile part that I like from the video production.
Yeah. I miss it. I miss the adrenaline rush. So now I work in a nonprofit, and sometimes when I'm doing things and I'm like, and then my supervisor, when I ask her for things, and she's like, I will give it to you, give me time. Like, you can't just ask for things like this. And I'm just like, okay. So I have to consciously tell myself, because back then when we were doing projects that I was there, maybe the system has changed, we would sometimes do 24 hours turnaround for an episode. And an episode is 30 minutes episode, because we had shows that were running every weekday, which was 5 days a week. And you have to have the scripts written, like a number of scripts written down, and then so that the production company or the production team would have shot enough, because it just goes like this quick. And sometimes they'll tell you, okay, this is crunch time. We need episodes within 24 hours. So that's all you're doing. You're writing, you're sending, you're writing, you're sending. Even when you're exhausted, you're like, okay, let this be done. But the project is done, and you're like, okay, I'm going to rest for like 5 weeks. But then tomorrow you're like, what next? Because it just feels like, something is like a coffee high or something. Something has to feel it. And I haven't really had that since I've been here, which is 5 years, like you said.
Yeah.
It's, even though, there's the child, there's the school, there's work and everything, it kind of feels like a different high, and I miss it.
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yes. And how you, and that's the matter, how you can balance all that, because that's not easy, right?
I don't know. I would just say grace. I would say grace, and I would say that I've been blessed to have community around me, because even while we were in school, I literally worked up until like a day or two on campus before I had the baby. And then I remember we had an assignment. I submitted, I don't remember which lecturer it was now, which professor, but I submitted an assignment at 12 midnight and I went into labor at 3 a.m. And then we went to the hospital. I had the baby. I was discharged 2 days later. Literally, that was on Thursday. On Monday, I went back to school and I asked to resume my job on campus. And they were like, no. I was discharged on Tuesday. I went to campus on Thursday and asked for my job. They were like, no, you just had a baby. And I said, okay, I'm going to go home. But if I come back on Monday, would you guys let me resume? And they said, when Monday comes, we'll let you know. And then Monday I came and I resumed the job with less than a week-old baby. But it was like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So I miss it, but then it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, my next question to you is, how do you navigate the loneliness of, building, but then missing your family and being by yourself? And do you have Brazilian community here, or outside of your host family?
Yeah, no, I think I have some Brazilian community, but I'm not too close with the Brazilian community. I'm more close with the AI community itself. And so that's kind of I have a lot of people that we know there. It's like a very good community that we have multiple communities. There's the ones that I'm more close to is the AI collective.
Okay.
They started here in San Francisco and spread throughout the world, but then we're like very close with the leadership there. So we do a lot of events together and be very close together. But that's like more like a community, like a technical community, or like a community work community kind of thing, or it's different. But we do some like social events and things like that. But one thing that have me like more close to, I would say, to don't miss that much the family stuff, was to have like a girlfriend. So yeah,
we're going there.
It has been like very good, because then we have that person close to you here that kind of gives you support and gives that motivation. Of course, my family is very supportive, very like they give me the emotional support that I need. All the financial I did for myself to come here and stay here, but all the emotional support comes from them. So which is great. But then I feel that we still need to have like a presence here is different than just be by itself. So this way I'm able to get back connected and get close to it. So to someone that we kind of have the similar goals and want to go to the similar direction. So one cheer another one and keep going. So that's very beautiful.
So love life. Okay. You already told us that you are very busy, with your podcast, with work and everything. How do you find the time for a love life? And,
That's a very interesting question. Because I have a video production company in Brazil, which I founded, and now I just invest on it. So, and they have a bunch of projects, 3 to 4 projects per month. So I need to, I would say, weekly, just take a look at there, see if they are working, if they need any help. I cannot active work with them, so just give the support whenever they need it. So that goes that's a couple hours per week for me. And then in 2024, I founded a video production company here in San Francisco, and also founded and invested, like not operated, but also consumed a couple more hours of my week. Plus, I just started my doctorate degree, which is doctor in business.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
And then also, I would say a couple more hours in a week, and I have my full-time job, which is a few more hours in the week, I'd say. And then I have, on top of that, I have my some things I like to do, such as my podcast.
So where is the love life? Where is the girl?
So I have some space.
Okay.
Like maybe Friday or maybe Saturday, and then sometimes on Sunday, if we're able to like get some things, get some arrangements, something on Sunday, so then we can go out together. But it has been very focused on the like evenings during the Friday or Saturday, so then we can have some time to go out. And then when I'm working, I work a lot during the weekend, so then we kind of work together. She also works a lot. So then we work together during the weekend, and then we try to get at least once per week, go out to do something interesting, which is not tech. But we did tech. We did a hackathon yesterday.
Okay.
Saturday, and we did a hackathon together. She won. I was like just helping her. Yeah.
First place. So, wow.
Yeah.
What did she win on?
She won on the category content generation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I was taking photos for the event, and she was participating. I was like, do this, do that, do this, do that. You need to have the presentation. You need to have the demo. Do a very demo. And I was like, every time I was working and giving her the things, like, you should do this, because I have been doing a lot of hackathons. So I know exactly what they're looking for. So it's like a formula. So
that's so cool.
So then, that's how we went out on the weekend, this weekend.
But that's cool. And then, to the fact that there's limited time, but you're able to find how to support her in achieving the things that she's set out to do. That's incredible.
Yeah, she has a lot of experience in software engineering, and she wanna get the same career path that I am right now, which is developer relations. Pretty much developer relations transform a very complex tool for a company and put that on a way that the technical audience wants to consume. So we need to convince the developers to use our tools, but how are we going to convince them? You need to be approachable, you need to be trustworthy, you need to have empathy, you need to have good quality content and talk the same language they are.
True.
So pretty much I'm the translator from the company because if you just put features, you're not going to connect or try to sell something, you're not going to connect with the developers. You need to show a way. Yes, show how you can present that to the developer specifically so that they can understand, okay, so with this tool I can do this, with this tool I can do that. If I follow this walkthrough, if I follow this demo, if I follow this tutorial, I can get where I want to go. So that's the whole purpose. And she also likes to do that. And because it's a series of skills you need to have. So I'm helping her on that.
That is amazing. If you hadn't come to the US, where would you have gone? Where else would you have? Why?
I've been there for Holt as well.
Oh, okay.
And I did 3 months there. I think I really like the people there. I really like the connections, more in-depth connections. I felt here is sometimes very transactional. People want you to connect you with another person, or wants you because you have that.
That is true.
Or because you know that person, or you wanna, So I kind of feel this in there. I felt very genuine connections. I think that 3 months there, I met more true friends than compared the entire year at Holt. Yeah, and that's like just beautiful. And I have like a very interesting life. It's not as nature good as California. We are very blessed to be here in California. But I think for other reasons, I think I would go there as a plan B.
You're not the first person that has said that, that San Francisco feels transactional, the friendships, the connections. And I can actually see that. I've been opportune to have my community from my culture, my place of birth. Most people that I've met were or are from there. And it's more binding. I don't know how to explain it. So I haven't really had friends outside of the Nigerian ecosystem, but I've heard people say that, and you might be right. That might be a possibility. What would you consider not transactional? What kind of friendship would you consider not transactional? Like,
I think if a friendship non-transaction is a person that you can call at any time. You say, hey, I have a problem. You need to come here right now. And this person doesn't ask questions and just go. So that's how I value like friendships. Like, I need help for move something. And this person just stop whatever he's doing. Doesn't ask questions. Like, I got you. And we'll go here and all this. I got people, when asked questions, they always like double think and then check their schedules and, let me see if this can let me see what I can get out of that. It's not all, everyone's not like this. It just give like overall, like for some people that I met. But I think still San Francisco is better than LA.
Really?
LA, I think, is way more than that. I think here people still value that more the connections. But LA or Miami, I have been traveled a few times for those places, beautiful places. But I think the friendships that I have there is different as well. But also, there's different places, different crowds, so it all depends. But that is, for my experience that I had, I think I still prefer to be in San Francisco. Not for the weather.
San Francisco is cold.
Yes. But for those points, like more, I think still people here are more trustworthy.
Okay. Could it be just the ecosystem, the area? Because San Francisco has a lot of influx of people from different places. I don't think they have you don't really see people say I was born and raised in San Francisco. Like they have their own identity, like how you say, okay, if you were to meet someone from Brazil, you know the person's cultural identity. If you meet someone from a part of Nigeria, you know the person's cultural identity. If you were to meet someone from the South, maybe like can I say Atlanta? Which U.S. country, which U.S. state, Texas, you would have an idea of, but I don't think San Francisco has an identity to say, this is how a South African, this is how a San Francisco person would behave. Because it's just a merge of different people from different places trying to survive in a tech.
Yeah. So I see here, definitely have a gateway from the world. So you go out and you see people from everywhere, different, like very, can see clearly the different people here. Not talking even about tourists, but if you go to an event, you're gonna see people from all over the globe here. So that's the beauty of it. So definitely that's also, there's not much this show off, because I think here we're competing of knowledge and how much impact you have in the world. So it's not much about money, but how much intellect you have. So that's why I think people doesn't keep. I think if you brag too much, the community here like rejects you, or like you don't able to get in because you're like too much. So on the overall, people that work here, that live here, they're very international. But I met, I think 3 or 4 people that comes to my mind right away, people, locals from here. And they kind of have like this very similar vibe, which is very easygoing and very analytical people, like very analytical, always into trying something new and trying to like be very techy around things and try to figure things out by themselves, like process, and very well communicated. They want to be informed of every step of the things that they're doing, and very, very cool people. I think one of my true friends that I have here in the Bay are people from the Bay. I think they value that, and the moment that you show it to them, it's like, hey, I'm here not for just come here for a couple years and disappear. I'm here to stay for a long time, and that's who I am, and I'm being true by myself, and they respect that, and they understand they're not just there to use them or to do anything else, and kind of lower the guard, and then you become very good friends, and this friendship stays forever.
The videos that you make using AI, and where do you get your inspiration to create the videos?
Yeah, so I have been doing the video production. It's gonna reach 9 years now. The company that I started in Brazil. The motivation to come here to the US was because I realized that it was too manual to do video production. You need to go there, you need to set up the cameras, you need to put the lighting and then audio and then a lot of people. And I like to do that, but after doing this for 3, 4, or 5 years, it's a lot of work. Like how we can automate that, how we can create a software for doing this. And then I always want to do a master's, come back to the US, because I did my high school here, like I said, and then bachelor's in computer science in Brazil. So I was there in Brazil. And then it was like, my next step is going to be a master. So I want to go where the tech companies are, because I want to go do software, because I started from software and I went to the video. And I was like, I want to go back to the video and software. So I'm going to come here, did the MBA and then the master in data analytics. And then by the end of the master in data analytics, around 2023, was the moment that the GPT comes out. And then we have the first diffusion models. So then I was like, okay, that's the time that I have to be able to do something with technology and video production. So that was the point, like, okay, that's what I like to do. I understand, like, that's the point of where it can involve technology and video production. I have experience on technology, I have experience with production, so this gives me this superpower to be able to use those tools and teach other people's tools. So using those tools right now, I not only can use the tools right now, I can help them to produce the tools. So every new tool they're launching, they ask my feedback before launching. So for the hackathons, also they want me to bring my community to test their tools. So I always have early access to those tools, and which makes me like really into it and learn the things and help them, because then I can give my experience. Even the company I'm working right now, they have a tool that helps agencies and creative people to create videos and images. And then I test the tool because I like the tool. I test it. It's like, this doesn't work because on the video production environment or the client environment, they don't want to care about this feature. They want to see videos. They don't want to see that. So then I can not only now consume the tools, I can shape how the new tools will come to the market.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. It also gives them like a first-hand experience of what works and what doesn't work. And seeing that you have the background. So they are building it for people like you who would use it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's cool. And then the good thing, I can test the tools and share with my team. So then my team is always ahead of the game for doing those, doing the editing, work with the clients for the video production, both places. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I think this week I have call with 6 or 7 editors for my team to show them how they need to do the new editing format that's coming up soon.
Okay.
So they have early access to this, so then we have a strategic position on the company as well.
So you've talked about the fun sides or the things that you enjoy about, doing this. What are the things that you don't enjoy? The disappointments of being in this role, working with AI, meeting people, being an immigrant, and building here. What is the disappointment and the low points that you've had?
I think being here is super exciting. Being here in San Francisco in this area right now. This area. I think for me, the down point was the transition coming from Brazil to here.
Okay.
Because I used to have a very good life there in Brazil. I still can go back anytime.
What was your life like there?
No, it was like very nice cars, different couple apartments, and one on the beach, one downtown, like very.
So you're very comfortable.
Yes.
You're fine boy, playboy, had money, clean, women on his side and stuff like that. I'm just being silly.
But it was like that.
Oh, okay, okay.
That was like that, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So nice.
So why did you decide? Then why did you leave?
Comfort zone. That's the thing.
You felt you were too comfortable.
Too comfortable. I was looking like in 3 to 5 years, and then I got stuck on that level. So how I can take the next step. So I like you kind of know like that's my limit there. If you want to do something bigger, I need to do something super bigger. Yeah. So I decided to. That's why the reasons decided to move here. But then that was the most challenging part. Because once I was there, I was having a comfortable life. I was having the access to my family, easy access to cars, money, people, parties, everything. So super comfortable. The moment that I come here, I would say I have my credit card limit equivalent to US dollars. It would be equivalent $30,000 per month. That's how much I was spending a lot of money there. And then come to here, my first credit card here was $300. So it's like the 10x less than being there and being here. And then I was just driving cars and flying to nice hostels because they're paying me to do everywhere to travel. I was recording DJs, I'm recording real estate.
This was in Brazil?
That was in Brazil. So they're paying me to travel everywhere and then franchise and clinics and doctors. So I was just flying and then come here. I need to come back to zero, even though we have money, but then once you transform that money into conversion, it's 6 times less.
Yes.
And then this just give you a few months, not a few years. If you say let's say have money for 6 years to live without work in Brazil, for me it was 1 year to work without to live without work. So then that's why I need to, right after I come here, I need to become an intern. So from a successful CEO for a video production company for 15 people, then suddenly I'm an intern with $300 and then driving, like catching a bus. I would say that was the lowest low that I had. And then, but I had always in my mind, like, if I'm that good that I think I am, let's come back together. Let's just prove for myself that I can do it, not even for the others, because doesn't matter. Like, by the end of the day, I live my reality. It doesn't matter other people.
True.
So then I restarted, and it was like so fresh restarted. So it was very interesting. So how I could meet new people, create a new career, and then now be able to come back and bring back my career that I like to do, the things I like to do, and do something way better now compared to 5 years ago.
So are you close to getting to how you were before you left Brazil?
Yes, I think getting close. Yeah, yeah. But now it's different because now I have more experience in life. Now we know what is just noise, what is signal. So then you see, like, oh, for example, if you just keep going to parties and doing things like that, it's just noise and there's distractions for the goal. So let's not party too much. Party when have a friend in town or something. Let's get to the objectives here. So it has been very nice to see this transaction from the beginning to where I am. Things are very, very interesting right now. And now I want to, for right now, what I think is going to be very interesting for me is to be able to bring my family to visit here. They visit me in Dubai, that I mentioned. They went there because I did my graduation there.
For the first degree.
But they never come here. Again, the currency, is very similar to currency to Dubai, but Brazil to Dubai, but Brazil to here is more expensive. So they just have been like pushing later. But now everyone has their visa. Everyone has renewed visas. Even my brother just got his visa this week. So
okay.
yeah, so they're coming maybe a couple months or maybe next year. No, I don't know.
But it's open, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. First off, I'm honored that you decided to come on the show, but I wanted to ask you, why did you decide to come?
I think for me, when I'm doing podcasts, when I'm reaching out to people, the conversation that I have is always incredible. So, and I create a very good friendship after that conversation. I'm applying for we're discussing about applying for a green card, so I'm in the process right now. I think from the 10 more important letters that I wrote for my green card, I think 6 or 7 comes from my podcast. Very important people that I built the relationship throughout the last few years, and then they are able to help me to sign it. So I think that's the power of the communication. That's the power for us to sit down together and share this to the rest of the world. So I believe if you're talking here, someone that's listening can feel motivated, can feel that they can come here and just start from scratch and be able to come back where they are, where they were before, or better. I think if you're able to touch in someone's heart, I think that's what matters really.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
So I had asked you this before we started filming, but I'm going to ask you again. Would you say that you're a spiritual person, or what anchors you when things aren't going well?
Yeah, so when I got here, I think I was not too spiritual until I got here into the US. And because again, remember that we discussed it, like how do you feel alone and things like that. I think I got close to Jesus when I got here, more than I always like keep him on the loop, let's say. But it's different than you actually like intentionally be and talk to him. So when I got here, I felt very alone. So that's when we start to practice it more and get more close. And also my mom says, if you're very disciplined on your food, because I do all my meal prep and prepare all my food for the week, you learn things, you're going to school, you're doing so your mind is also very aligned, but you need to be spiritual. So that's all she always told me. And so I have been very more close to my relation when I got here. One thing that's still aligned is what kind of doctrine or church fits best for me. So that's the thing have been working on lately, because I know that church is just the channel for you to consume what you like, to connect better, and also there's the sense of community and things like that. So lately have been exploring different. I'm Catholic from my family. I have been doing Catholic churches for to forever, since ever.
Yeah.
and now, but I have been consuming a lot of YouTube content for Christianity pastors from Brazil. And I believe for me, this way, that specific pastor that I've been following for I think since I got here, pretty much like 5 years or so, he is able to transform a very complex verses from the Bible. If I read it, I'm never going to be able to understand. So he got just one section or one paragraph, and then just read it and explain this, how this looks like in the real world of today.
Do you want to say his name?
Thiago Brunet. But it's Portuguese. So if someone is watching in Portuguese.
I mean, we're global now, right?
No, but I think they do some in English as well.
Okay.
It's Thiago Brunet.
Okay.
And if you just put there Thiago Brunet on YouTube, so it show his name.
Okay.
So he was the one that was able to like actually understand that, okay, we have a Bible, so this is the base. This is what I need to learn. It's everything that has in this book. And any variation that is just they doing their own versions, but you need to follow the base. And I'm very like, I wrote a lot of papers, did a lot of things that I understand I need to cite the original source. So okay, for me it's very logical to follow what is in the Bible and use that as a base. So for example, I got invited to go to which I didn't know, to a Mormon church. Okay. Which was very interesting. Very interesting experience, very interesting people. I feel that like a very warm energy to be with them. But I didn't feel there's too based on the base of the Bible. And everything they're saying is based on their alternative book. They say it's based on the Bible, I think, Book of Mormons. So that for me was a little bit disconnect. Okay. Because if they're doing their own Bible version, whatever, and people are happy, that's great. But I do want to, like, whatever they're doing, I want to make sure what they're saying is actually coming from the Bible. And
that's for you, your own perspective,
that's my
your own
perspective.
opinion. Okay.
That's why. I did some little research, not too much.
Okay.
Before and after. Before, like 30 minutes before I joined. And then, because when I look at like Mormon, then let me do check on my phone here, Perplexity. And after, so that's my perspective. That's what I felt going there. But I think that's the beauty of it. You know, go there, explore, and of course it's comfortable. Very discomfortable before you go there, do something that you're not used to. But that's kind of what my girlfriend taught me. Like, just let's do some things different. Try. She didn't went with me, but I went by myself, and it was very, very, very interesting for sure. Okay. So I think it's worthwhile to don't be only biased to that religion. I think you need to always be open to understand different perspectives and see what we feel better. Because different from my family, I believe that I tend to go towards more Christianity, but I don't feel that I met all the requirements or all everything they preach. I don't think is everything correctly. So we kind of need to consume
and decide for yourself.
And decide for myself, and then filter out the things that doesn't make much sense, you know? So yeah, it's a very explanatory phase right now for me on XPLI.
I love it. That's it. It just means that you're open-minded and you know that you share the world with other people.
Yeah.
So be accommodating.
Yeah.
I love it. Building, as you're building your startup, what are the obstacles you've had building it, being an investor? Just, taking it one day at a time. What has been that you felt?
I think it's hard for you to think a long term. That's, for example, it's hard for you to keep doing the things you think is right, but it doesn't seem right now, but it takes time for that things to yield. It's a lot of work for you, like we started 2024, this last company, the company in the US, for the production company in the US. It takes a lot of time for you to build that. It's not like something that you're gonna do in a couple months and get rich. No, it's a lot of work. You need to put a lot of work in and improve the website, and then improve the ads, and then improve the connections you have, and then improve the process, and then decide what clients you want to get, what clients you don't want to get. So be consistent. I think that's the hardest challenge, but that's the whole point of it. Because if I stay consistent and be able to get results, and keep doing this again, this compounds. So we are looking for a project that we did a year ago, which was we were charging $800, and then the last project we closed last week, we charge $8,000 for the same service. So if we just decided to don't continue last year, and I'd be like, oh, this was not good business, because it just make it $800. But now if you compare what right now, it's like 8,000. What about next year? It's going to be 800 or 800,000. We never know.
That's true.
So it's all about how we stay consistent, and that's the hardest part, to be consistent.
Especially when the results are not.
Yeah, you kind of don't like. I need to look to the results and just make sure which ones perform better, so go to the right direction. But you need to look always. Every time I do a business, I need to look at least in 5 years, at least for 5 years onwards. So we're gonna do some things. We're not gonna lose money. We're gonna do some partnerships. We're not gonna close back good deals now, but maybe next year, maybe in 2 years. So it needs to be fun there. That's the challenge part. And same thing happens because I passed the same thing over in Brazil. From the company there start to get traction after 3 to 5 years. Same thing here. We're in the second year now, and start to get more traction and more traction. I can see with a powerful team, there's nothing can stop us.
When you first came here in high school, what was the cultural shock you experienced? You can not. It's not one like all of them. What was it?
Yes, yeah, that was definitely a culture shock. I got here in 2012, and I was living a very different life in terms of environment. My city is very chaotic, noisy, and cars and people. I think the city that I moved to, Spokane, Washington, 200,000 or 300,000.
What state?
Washington State.
Washington, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe 1 hour and a half from here, 2 hours and a half. I think 2 hours and a half from San Francisco if you fly there. It's very close. So, and compared to my city, it has over 1 million people, and it was the capital of my state. So, super busy, noise and people, and then have all the family, and then need to pick up my brother, and then need to have my uncle on this, and then have the school, and then have all those activities every time we rush to go there. Super chill, like very quiet neighborhood. And then I was like, oh, that's that for different life. And then everything is super, very, very accessible. The things here. So compared to there, and then back then the dollar to my currency, like 1 to 2. So 1 to my currency is equal $1. 2 reais is equal $1. Right now it's 6 to 1. So it was everything was super cheap even for my family to buy things. It's very super cheap. So it was very good time to be there, to be here in the US. And not much when I got here later, but when I was there, it was very interesting. So different ways, like a lot of sugar, a lot of people with health problems. I realized that I think the sugar and the food, processed food, can can damage a lot. So I was able to, I get in shocked after I see some things. But I realized that here, if you have all the structure, it gives you possibilities for you to work on your creative side. So in Brazil, I'm always in rush. It's hard for you to develop skills or hobbies. And being here, I was able to develop those hobbies and those skills more towards like painting, drawing, and video production and things like that, like cameras and things, photos. So for me, I think that's very interesting for me to play around with it and then come back and start to do my own thing. So I think it's very interesting.
How was it so different from you being in the US, the things that you saw, than the things that were portrayed in the films about America?
Oh, that's good.
Now being an immigrant and having the proper lens, what was that like?
Yes, because I believe the US do a huge propaganda. They are very good at marketing.
They are.
And then countries like Brazil, I believe, they do that too. They portray the US that super clean, people dress nice, and play golfies and tennis.
The morning is beautiful.
The morning is beautiful. To have the breakfast with cereals and bacon and scrambled eggs and cookies and things like that, and then they portray this on through films, and then come to like Brazil, they keep putting those films non-stop, and then every news that happens, they, for some reason, Brazil keeps replicating any news coming from the US, like there's something outside the box, and then they got here, it's like, oh, that's not a reality. That's definitely not a reality. And then I thought, no, maybe San Francisco is more like that. And then I come to San Francisco, it's the opposite, totally the opposite.
It
was definitely a shock. And then one thing about happening even now, sometimes my grandfather or my dad call me. It's like, oh, what happened with Trump, or what happened with this political things that's happening, and are you safe? It's like, what? I was like, no, because I saw on the news, on the national news, there was a raid or somewhere else, and there's no airplanes anymore. They shut down this. I was like, no, there's so much. They get one thing there. Happening here, and then bad news happening here, and they replicate the entire Brazil for 250 million people there. That's end of the world in happening in Brazil, in the US, but something happening like random city, random state, and they replicate so big there. So then I think it's even disinformation. How much they do it. It's too much. And then they always, my family or friends, sometimes they always message me like, "Oh, you're okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I didn't know this was happening. Thanks for informing me." And then the interesting thing is also they always think that I have all the informations just because I'm here. Like, oh, they know what's happening. Like, no, I don't know what's happening. I don't even watch TV.
I also think that they don't realize that it's so big that the states are somehow independent of each other.
Yeah.
California is different from, where would I say what? Texas, and so it's
Miami.
Exactly, like they have different identities.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole country in a country.
Exactly. And I think San Francisco is a country inside California. San Francisco
well, in
itself.
a way, kind of, yeah.
Everything. If you go to anywhere on Bay Area, anywhere outside San Francisco, is totally different.
How so?
The things that are happening in Bay Area, the way that people dress, the way that people talk, do business, is totally outside. If you go to, for example, Sacramento, for example, there Sacramento people look normal and they drive cars and things like that. Here in Bay Area,
are you saying that Bay Area is flashy?
No, it's not flashy. It's the opposite of flashy. Wherever else is flashy, San Francisco stays very grassroots.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
People are just weird. Like have like very fancy, old school.
Old school. I can see the old school. I can see the old school
places.
Yeah.
Look like it stopped in 1920s.
I think my own cultural shock was when I first got here. I remember we went to T-Mobile to buy our line.
Nice.
And then the representative there, warned us to be careful of the people experiencing homelessness. He told us not to look at them. Like if we see them walking, we should just not do like the eye contact, because to them we're engaging them, and that wasn't going to be safe for you. That was the first thing he said. And as we stepped out, that was basically like the whole line was, there were a lot of people that were experiencing homelessness on the road. And that was a culture shock for me, because like you said, American propaganda, you don't really see that.
Yeah.
That's one. But something else that hit for me was, in my former apartment, someone parked by my window and then put a sign on his car and said, "Please do not break my window. My door is open. There's nothing in the car." And I burst out laughing.
Imagine that.
I burst out laughing, and I'm like, in Nigeria,
They'll take the car.
no, it's not even that. So it depends on the area in Nigeria. In Lagos, a lot of people have houses, but their parking is in their house. Like the way we build the houses, they have compounds, big compounds. So even though if it's an apartment complex, people park in like we have fences
All right.
that cover, that's around the building. So you park in the fence. If you go for an event and there's no parking and you park on the road, we have people, for lack of a better word, I guess I'll call them street urchins. We have people that you can say, okay, watch my car. When I come back, I'll pay you.
Yeah.
And they would actually watch your car.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't leave and come. I mean, sometimes it would happen, but it wasn't as prominent as in San Francisco, where you rather that they steal your car, like you say, your car is open, and they should not break the window, because some people will randomly just break your window just to spite you. The fact that there's nothing in your car, they just want to spite you, just break your window. Yeah. And it was funny to me that you have
I
that.
saw similar that. I was like,
yeah. And then they say, and I'm like, dear Lord. So
you guys.
it was, and then everywhere you walk, you would see. Is it just me, or sometimes you walk in places in San Francisco, it just smells like piss?
It is.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Like
piss
and poop.
I live in Market Street. So my previous 2 jobs, so I think more than almost 3 years, I have been committing walking Market Street daily. And I know so well the area. So yes, once you got there, 2021, 2022, there's so many homeless. And after the new administration for Larry, this new mayor, the things improved so much, because like they stay literally in outside my building. And then you could see they walking, and like I could see from the windows, they like walking like zombies and stuff. And then they have been providing more service and taking care of them. And the people for the drug addicted. So I've been cleaning up a lot. So from 100% I was having 2020, 2021, now it's 30%. So it's way more clean, way more organized.
That's nice.
But walking on Market Street to go to the offices that I have been, because very close one office to another, so I just walk Market Street for a few blocks. I see, if you see on the corner, there's always blue in the corner. So you see in the corner like some like water, there's a high chance for PFP.
Yes.
So they go to the corners and just pee in the corners. They can see the pee going down. So then there's a thing, like I got one very piece around 2021 or so, when I was waiting for the bus, and you see all those homeless, all those zombies. I was like, is that what they advertise outside? And then you see the reality here. It's like, I don't want to stay here. I want to go back to where I was. I was way more comfortable there. And my city doesn't have those problems. And I think it's a not hard problem to solve. It's just they don't want it. But the last one they won, so
I don't know. But California is actually trying, because I have seen different programs that they do, and I've heard stories that other states send the people who need the services and they send them down here. So in a way, there's like too much influx of them that perhaps is more than California can handle. So maybe we should give them grace.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a culture shock for me when I first got here because it was not the film version. And when people ask me, they will be surprised when I told them that it's overrated. Because they shot, I think it's Friends that was shot in San Francisco.
I think so.
That's not
That's not how it looks.
like, but anyway, that's I digress. So I would ask you one last question.
Sure.
If you were to give an advice or give wisdom to someone who was deciding to come here, someone from Brazil that was deciding to come here and do the same line of work you're doing, be it podcasting in AI or doing the dev rep thing that you said,
yeah.
What would be the 3 key things you would tell them?
Okay, I'm glad you didn't ask if you want to start over again. Would you do that?
Would you? Now I want to know. Would
that
you?
would be a tricky one.
Okay.
I think I already did my one reset, so I want to do another
Okay.
but if I have to, for sure, I think it was very beautiful.
Okay.
So be that for people who want to move here or do want to do the same thing there?
Either or both.
Okay, so I've been talking to a lot of people that want to come here. And I think the first thing is before come here, you can already kind of like start to create a network. And I know it's super abstract to do that being outside and coming here. It's very abstract and so many uncertainties before coming here. But there are some things that you can already start to create to warm up before coming here. For example, if you want to come to San Francisco and work on, let's say, in tech. There are some things you can do to get close to the tech industry. There are some online events that happen. There are some companies that host office hours that comes from San Francisco. So there's ways you can get close to the community before you arrive here. So with that community, you can start to kind of make like network and friends around those communities and get close. So once you arrive, already 10 steps ahead.
True.
If you're like extra step in, you can already start to have your communications in English. Doesn't matter where you're from, just like start to communicate in English, create that connection, start pushing content if you're able to, of demos. I see I have been working with Brazilian alumni, I'm his alumni from my Virginia University, and he's graduating the last year of software engineering. So with him, he was already pushing content out, and he's getting some like papers out, and so he was able to, and he got some fellowships and some influencer programs from those companies. So he's already putting his feet in the door. Once he is here, he's already connected. He's already know how the things works. So it's expedites so much the process if you're here, once you got here. And then, but if you want to extend the things that is happening here in your local communities, in your local audience, is right now, it goes back to the same thing I explained to you in the beginning, is the power of you transform those tools that people are using more accessible for people. Could be in the language. For example, I was even thinking to create a separate channel just for giving tutorials in Portuguese of the tools, because still there's a lot of gap. There's not so many people teaching Portuguese how to use those latest tools. This way, I can communicate with 250 million people.
Oh wow!
In Portuguese, using YouTube as a channel and bringing people, converting everything I'm learning here into Portuguese and teaching other people. And this I'm doing backwards, but this could be the same thing for if someone lives in another country. Get information, try it out, connect with people still, do your network, understand, and then transform this content into the way that people can consume in their local communities or their audiences. So that's how I see.
Oh, that's beautiful. To add to what you've said, there's also something that I applaud Halt for doing, and I think it really helped me. Halt would do, because I got my admission a year before I actually came here. So they would do this maybe every once in 2 months or kind of thing, they'll do where you do alum check-in. So you will talk, it was online, obviously, because back then I was still in Nigeria. They would have the virtual thing and you talk to an alum about questions that you had, and it will be coordinated with a HALT staff. So when you have that, then you connect with the person on LinkedIn, and then if you have questions, the person will connect you with someone who is already currently a student.
Right.
Then I think 6 months prior to us leaving, no, maybe 3 months, they put us in, those of us that were coming for the MBA, they put us in a WhatsApp group, which they did for you guys too. And then people were just asking, and I remember asking a question, are there any Nigerians that are already in San Francisco? So one person responded, and his name is Valentine, and right now he's my son's godfather.
Oh, nice.
It's Jiget. So from that, he now connected with somebody else. Yeah. So if I didn't ask that question if Halt didn't create the WhatsApp group, and then I went in and then I asked the question and he responded, we would not have started building that community.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I think that also helps if you're coming through school, if you're coming through work, finding out who the people are, trying to connect on them on social media, like, send a message and say, hi, my name is this, I'm considering doing that, and stuff, like cold emails.
People are super open to that.
Yeah, so that's another way they can also do it outside of the virtual training and volunteer.
Yeah.
Volunteering I remember I also volunteered for TechCrunch 2 years ago.
Yeah.
For that, and that also helps you could do that virtual. Yeah, so that's great. Thank you so much, Rohan. It was awesome having you. See, your hair did not scatter. Your hair is still looking fly.
Yeah, that's how I'm moving much. If
I
shake my head,
shake it. No, I don't think so. Yeah. It's not windy. It's probably when it's not. The hair is fine. See, I can actually see. I don't want to say your former life, but I can see your life in Brazil. Yeah. You having the social life with the girls, partying, like, I can actually see it. I can see, like, you fit the Playboy
profile.
Yes. So they've told you.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay. Well, thank you so much. You have been awesome. Thank you.
It was an amazing conversation. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm blessed. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying with us till the end. You guys should check out his channel. This is part where I now tell him to talk about his channel and then, tell them.
Yeah. I have a channel that talk about generative AI. So I bring guests from San Francisco to discuss what's happening here in San Francisco regarding to generative AI. So photos, images, video, audio, music, anything that we can create using AI on those industries. I'm bringing people. So I have very interesting conversations with people from FreePic, 11 Labs, GMI, and probably going to get some people from ConfUI and other very interesting companies. We got CEOs, we got software engineering, we got professors. So we have different perspectives of the latest models, latest tools people are using on video production and AI. So I think you're gonna put the link there.
I definitely will. I definitely will.
So can just take a look there and check my latest episode.
Okay. Well, you guys, you know what to do. Share, like, subscribe, check him out. Let me know. And then definitely gonna bring you back here again for something else. But bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.